I say to you that everyone who's angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. Whoever insults his brother will be liable to the council, and whoever says, "You fool," will be liable to the hell of fire. Very strong words. Somebody said it this way: anger is just one letter short of danger. And so, when you go that direction, it's very dangerous. Anger out of control hurts people. You see, Jesus traced it back to the source, to the root, which is the condition of our hearts. Not just, again, he's trying to distinguish and redefine. It's not just behavior, it's the heart. He's pointing to the heart. And so now, verse 22 in the NIV version says, anyone who says to his brother or sister, raka, it's an Aramaic word that meant empty-headed fool. You're basically devaluing a person, and you're saying, like idiot or something, actually worse than that, all right? And so, raka, okay? When you say that, you're showing contempt for the mental capability of that person. And then, you fool, that word actually is moros, where you get the word moron, okay? And so, but it's more than just how we use it today. In fact, when he says you fool, or that word moros, it's kind of like, I guess, anybody here watched Rush Hour where Jackie Chan, was there? And so, remember that scene where Jackie Chan came into the bar the bar, and he started saying, "What's up, my dude?" All right, and he used the N-word, right, for African Americans, and of course that was very offensive to the guy, and he always got beat up, right, and so it devalues a person, and it doesn't. The second one, you fool or moros, doesn't just attack the mental capability of a person; it attacks the character of the person. And then Jesus said, if you're attacking the character of the person, it's just as bad as murdering somebody. And 1 John chapter 3:15, anyone who hates his brother or sister is a murderer. And you know that no murderer has eternal life residing in him. Right? And that's why you hear about crimes of passion that stems from anger. My wife and I were in Russia, and we were missionaries there, and we know one day there was a lot of ruckus in front of our apartment because there was a couple. I don't know if my wife remembers that, but there was a couple who was drunk the previous night, and because the daughter, the infant was so upset hearing them fighting, she was crying, and they were upset with the baby. In anger, threw her into the garbage chute from the 12th floor. And of course, the next day they were wondering where their baby was. And of course, they were all drunk and all that. And so the next day they couldn't even figure out where the baby was. And so just out of anger. And so Hebrews chapter 12 verse 15, see to it that no one fails to obtain the grace of God, so that no root of bitterness springs up and cause trouble. And by it many become defiled. What's the Hebrew writer telling us? When there's bitterness and when there's hatred and when there's anger, it doesn't just defile you. You're deceiving yourself if you think you're the only one defiled, you're the only one hurt, or you're the only one affected by it. It affects people around you. You're deceiving yourself if you think that way. Because what happens on the inside, that's going to show up on the outside, it's going to ruin relationships. It has broken relationships over and over and over again.